Welcome back to the channel, or if you're new here, welcome. We're so glad to have you here today. This video is going to showcase our 4-night stay at the beautiful Paradisus La Perla Resort in Playa del Carmen, Mexico. After we got dropped off at the lobby, we were immediately greeted with cold towels. We had upgraded to the reserve section, so while we waited about 5 minutes for our shuttle driver to come, we snapped some pictures and just took in all the beautiful sights. We were able to see some turtles and some fish, and you're going to see throughout this video that this is a very jungly and wildlife filled resort. So if you do not like cats, coatis, raccoons, if you're afraid of animals, this is probably not the resort for you. Our ride over to the reserve check-in area was short, maybe a 60 or 90 second drive time over there, and upgrading to reserve gets you a bunch of different benefits like a concierge, this private check-in, priority dinner reservations, a cenote excursion, a private pool, an exclusive restaurant, lots of really good stuff. The check-in process was quick and easy, and your room key here is on your wristband, so that makes it really simple. We enjoyed a few drinks and a snack while our concierge booked all of our dinner reservations. We just checked into our beautiful room. So we have the reserve swim up suite, and it's gorgeous. It smells so good. I already would have done a room tour, so I'm just gonna give you like a quick little look around. So we have, it's basically a 1-bedroom with a swim out. So we have a little separate living room area here with a door. Then you go into the bedroom. They only had 2 beds available. They wanted to move us to a king bed tomorrow, but I do not want to move rooms tomorrow. We already came from Margaritaville this morning. We've already packed. We're gonna unpack. Kept snores. 2 beds is perfection. So, nice bathroom. There's so much storage space and there's so many mirrors, and I don't know if I already said it, but this room smells so good. And then it's raining, so we'll go outside quick, but it's raining. So we're not gonna be, I don't think we're gonna be using the swim out today. That's our room. For lunch, we went over to the Fahrenheit Grill, and even though this is outside, it was covered, so it was totally fine to go and dine there in the rain. We had just a few picky options. We did some barbecue wings, some beef sliders, and some fried shrimp. And like I mentioned earlier, there are lots of baby cats here, so definitely bring your cat treats. And after that, we needed a little pick-me-up. We were kind of fading fast, so we went over to the coffee shop to grab a couple drinks and then went around the resort to get the lay of the land. Since it was raining, they had moved some of their typically outside activities indoors, and they had a DJ, and they were also doing a dance lesson inside. Trying to figure out the layout of a new resort can be so overwhelming, so I always try to take an hour on my arrival day to just figure out where everything is. We found the gym, we went and we actually walked over to the family side to see all of the options over there. We saw where we would be eating dinner that night. So it was good that once we were dressed and ready for dinner, we felt confident in where we were going and we weren't going to be just walking in circles. We grabbed a drink before heading to the room to go up and get dressed for dinner. And I know I mentioned family side, so if you're not familiar with this resort, let me explain a little bit. It's basically a resort within a resort. So the family resort is Paradisus Playa del Carmen, and then the adult resort is Paradisus La Perla, and they are connected. They are right next to each other. If you're staying on the adult side, you have access to go over to the family side at any time. And similarly, if you are an adult staying on the family side, you also have access to come over and use the amenities on the adult La Perla side as well. We had a pre-dinner drink at the sports bar before going over to the Asian restaurant for dinner. We had made 7 or 7:30 dinner reservations each night, and our first night was the a la carte at the Asian restaurant. We started out with some sushi, and it was really good. The portions here were quite large, so do keep that in mind when you're ordering. We started out with dumplings and fried veggies, and then for the mains, moved on to a chicken teriyaki dish, fried rice, and sweet and sour pork. We were going to pass on dessert because we were full, but our server talked us into it. We did a fried cheesecake type dessert before going over and listening to some live music.
There goes my baby. She knows how rock and roll, she drives me crazy.
We enjoyed a nightcap and about an hour of live music before turning in for the night. The next morning, we went to the breakfast buffet bright and early when they opened at 7 a.m. We had a Cenote excursion and we needed to be at the shuttle at 7:15, so we just grabbed a quick cup of coffee and a little bite to eat. And I would say the breakfast buffet is more than adequate. It had everything that you needed: hot food, cold food, cooked to order, entrees. Everything was great, no complaints. Cenote excursion this morning, quite early. It's like supposed to be a few hours long, like 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Gonna have fun. This Cenote excursion was free and included with our rate since we did the reserve upgrade. So if you are in the reserve section in the La Perla area, or if you're at Family Concierge on the family side, you're able to go one time to this Cenote excursion. We're at our excursion. The ride from the resort to here was about 30 minutes, and there are 4 little things that we're gonna do. We're gonna start with yoga, a meditation, and then we're gonna go to 2 different cenotes, an indoor one and an outdoor one. And they have bathrooms here, they have little changing rooms, they have lockers, they have a little gift shop. I think there's gonna be people taking pictures if you wanna purchase those, so we're excited.
Hello, brothers and sisters. Welcome to the Maya. Maya means the land of the Mayan people. Close our beautiful eyes, take a deep breath, and visualize our own heart as a beautiful star, as a beautiful sun that is growing and expanding.
We spent the first 20 minutes doing yoga and meditation and then moved over to the more adventurous areas. And you have the option to do a zip line into the cenote. You can also just go up to a higher point and jump off. If you don't want to do anything adventurous like this, you can just go down the steps and get into the cenote that way. It's chilly. It was real chilly. I guess you already know because you're already in it.
Refreshing, huh?
Yeah, refreshing's the word. I definitely recommend you wear water shoes to this excursion, and if you know you want to do the zip line or go up and jump off, get in line as soon as you get there because there are a lot of excursion companies that come here and the lines do get very long.
The water.
Like, I can't, it was good. It was like cold, refreshing at first, but it was nice actually. You warm up quick. The last thing we did was go into the underground cave cenote. We weren't able to capture too much footage in here because it's totally enclosed and very dark in there, but it was a lot of fun. They do have a professional photographer that goes in there, so if you'd like to buy pictures, they'll snap your picture and then you'll see those at the end. Again, I do highly recommend that you wear water shoes because there are rocks that are a little rough and you don't really know what you're stepping on.
It's colder.
Before you get on the bus in the morning, they give you a towel. I do recommend that you take a change of clothes so you don't go back wet, and maybe a snack for the ride back. Pool's warmer than the cenote, that's for sure. Poolside lunch. Gotta try the fish tacos, you know? Gotta do it. So we went back to Fahrenheit, the poolside grill, for lunch, and I got a bunch of yummy stuff. We ended up doing guacamole with steak. These sweet potato chips were house-made and so good, and then the fish tacos. And then of course the babies are hungry, so we had to give them some kitty treats, and the servers were just always so happy when they saw the treats. They would say thank you so much for feeding them, and then Kev had to get a burger, of course. We spent the rest of the afternoon in the pool, and I definitely recommend bringing some pool floats with you if you like to float around. And we had a great server come up to us all day long who kept us hydrated or dehydrated in some cases. It's cute.
Nice bottle of Cabernet and some
Cake.
cake.
That's how you get me with the cake, not the Cabernet. Oh, how cute. That was nice of her. One thing you're probably never gonna see me turn down is cake. Here's to hoping this is like vanilla cake, tres leches cake, not chocolate cake, not red velvet cake. Let's see. Okay, looks vanilla-y. Coconut. Kevin will love this. Actually, the frosting's great. Tonight we have dinner at the Italian restaurant. That's actually on the family side. So I think on the adult side, don't quote me, but I think there's 4 dinner restaurants here, and then you have like a plethora on the family side, and we really love Italian. So we were like, we're just gonna suck it up, we're gonna go over, we're gonna see the children, we're gonna have a little pasta, and we're gonna take ourselves right back. So I think we're gonna do like a pre-dinner drink somewhere, and then we're gonna go have a little pasta, and then I think there's live music tonight, and also possibly a circus show. So we're gonna see. I like to go to bed. So we'll see what we can stay up for, but things are pretty early, it's like 8 o'clock, so that's not bad. Thank you.
This with me?
Yeah, thank you. Look how beautiful. For dinner at the Italian restaurant, we kind of went with our usual suspects. For appetizers, we did a fried calamari dish along with a nice salad and a creamy artichoke dip with some nice toasty bread. And then for the mains, we had them load them up with some nice Parmesan cheese. We shared a shrimp and linguine dish and spaghetti carbonara. For dessert, we did a deconstructed cannoli. However, for whatever reason, it actually tasted like cheesecake and not like cannoli. After that, we went over to listen to live music, but first we had to pay the baby tax. This might be my cat now. He's been following me around.
Good morning, everybody. Today is our second full day here. Going to get the coffee. They just opened up at 8 o'clock. It's a late start. Brittany actually slept really good. I slept good too, but she slept in a little longer, so she just got up, going to get the coffee now, and they have some tasty marshmallow one that Brittany wants to try, so I'm gonna get that for her.
Lots of stuff. I think you should do Mexican mural painting at 2 o'clock.
Okay, where is it?
Fahrenheit. Right there. Look, I got an activity for you today. Oh my gosh. It's legit with marshmallow. Cute. After having some coffee, we went over to the gym, and that's open 24 hours a day. The door is always locked. You just need to use your wristband to get in there. And they have a really good mix of weights and cardio equipment.
Look.
Oh, you're so
Stretching.
hungry. I know, you're so hungry. Buenos dias. Oh, good morning to baby. For breakfast, we went over to Cenote, and that's a restaurant that is exclusive for reserve guests, and they're open for breakfast and lunch. One of the best things was this pastry cart that came around. They had delicious Nutella pastries that are a must get. And if you're not a reserve guest, you have the option of the buffet or room service. And while we're on the topic of reserve perks, this is the exclusive reserve pool, and it's much quieter than the main pool, but it does still have a swim-up bar. We're gonna post up at the reserve pool today because we've done the La Perla main pool for the last 2 days, so we're gonna try something different. I think it's a little quieter over there. I mean, it definitely was when we went to just go. Kevin's over there, he got our chairs, and then I'm putting on my suit, and well, I got my suit on, and I'm gonna go over there, and then he'll come put his suit on. But we just wanted to try a different area today. The main pool over here right by our room is definitely lively. This is where all the activities go, and this is where they have music playing all day. The main pool's probably not somewhere that you could read a book unless you had like AirPods in or something like that, because it is definitely more active. And it's like 1,000 degrees today. Like, I gotta say, like, it is humid, which, you know what, I'm not complaining because we had 1 full day of rain and we certainly don't want that to continue. So, but I do feel like we're gonna have an afternoon thunderstorm because that's how humid it is. We ate lunch poolside, and we did shrimp tacos, a burrito, and chips, guac, and pico. And then Kevin went over and did the 2 p.m. art making class. And this is first come, first serve. You don't have to sign up, but there might be a wait. So he actually had to wait a little while because he got there right on time, and this was a popular activity.
So just got back to the pool from my painting class.
Very
Brittany
nice.
stayed at the pool.
Yeah, I'm not an artist, so I just read my book.
I didn't have as much time as anybody else, but I didn't get to do the background, but some people did it black. We did it themselves.
At least you got an activity in.
Yeah, I got it in, so it was fun. You know, it was like an hour or so. People were still there. They were there before me and started, and I finished. But again, I didn't do the background, but I think it looks fine.
Yeah.
Right?
After we left the pool, we popped over to the reserve lounge to get a drink that we could enjoy as we were getting ready for dinner. They have a variety of upgraded liquors here, and either you can make the drink or the attendant that's working can make it for you. Tonight we are going to Sal's Steakhouse, and that is an extra charge for everyone unless you're staying in the reserve section. Also, if you're staying next door at the family resort and your family concierge level, which is the same as reserve but on the family side, adults can also dine at that restaurant included in their little upgradey package. So we're gonna go check it out. I've heard kind of mixed reviews on it. Some people say it's worth it, some say it's not worth it, but we're here to check it out. So it's already included for us, so we're gonna try it. And the great thing about all-inclusives is if it's not good, you just go somewhere else. There's also, we've heard there's Nutella ice cream that people are raving about. So if it's dreadful, we'll just go get a little ice cream and we'll call it a day. I think we're gonna start out at the M Bar, which we kind of stumbled upon last night. It's actually right in between the Steakhouse, the Sal Steakhouse, and Lemonfish. It's right there. We were walking by, I actually didn't know if it was like something that we could use, because it's
nice.
It's nice, but it's kind of hidden. Like, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's very just like unassuming, so I wasn't sure, but yeah, we've liked the drinks there so far, so vámonos. This was our dinner at the Sal Steakhouse, and once again, it's an extra charge unless you're in the reserve section. I'm a huge fan of bread and butter, so I loved when they came around with this nice bread cart, and they had 3 different butters. 1 was regular, and then 2 were flavored, and it was delicious. And then for appetizers, we started out with flat iron steak tacos and an eggplant hummus dip. And then for the mains, we just got a bunch of stuff. We got 2 different cuts of steak, and then we did a variety of sides, and everything was really delicious. I probably would not pay extra to eat here, but if it's included, absolutely. Chair, please.
Can I have the tortilla?
Thank you.
And then the cappuccino, please.
Yeah.
How was it?
I already got ready for bed, but I realized that I haven't talked about turndown service yet. We've gotten it every night. It's been just glorious. They do such a fabulous job. And when we arrived, our concierge set up everything for us, you know, the dinner reservations, what time we wanted room cleaning, what time we wanted turndown, and actually it was her suggestion that she knew what time we were going to be at dinner based on our dinner reservations, and so she scheduled us to have turndown at the same time as our dinner reservations. And I don't think that I've ever been to a resort that has done that before. Now, I usually do try to schedule my room cleaning for first thing in the morning, and then I also try to do turndown service early, but I've never had anyone schedule it for the time that I go to dinner, and it's been flawless. One of the things that they do that I don't think I've gotten anywhere else is on the pillow, they kind of just give like little flashcards kind of to give you some information. So like the first night was just giving information about mangroves. The second day was about the Day of the Dead celebration. Tonight was about the coral reefs. I just think that's a nice touch. It's a nice touch to just like learn something new before bed every night. And like I said, she does such a nice job. They turn the blinds closed, lay your bed, you know, like fold your sheets down. They put out slippers, give you new towels. It smells glorious in here, like so nice. And we always tip housekeeping day and night, and they really appreciate that. Tonight she wrote me a little note. She left some bath salts and some other soap. That's kind of like an extra thing that she did, and I just felt like the handwritten note was a really nice touch. So yes, turndown service is my fave, and they really do an excellent job at turndown here. All right, we'll see you in the morning.
Good morning, everybody. Today is our last full day, hitting up the coffee shop over on the family side since ours does not open till 8. It's like 6:45, so gonna do that. This is leaving the adult side, going to the family side. Now I'm on the family side. But we're gonna hit up the coffee shop over here on the family side, and then we have hydrotherapy, which is included our stay today at 9, and then probably just hang out by our own swim up and utilize that. It's a very nice room, and Brittany picked it out. Excellent room. It gets to everywhere. Could go to the swim up bar. It goes to the restaurant that's outside. It's great. So we're gonna utilize that later on, and hope you enjoy this video so far. So give a thumbs up.
What we found out on basically our last day was that they had frozen towels at the gym, and oh, they were so refreshing. The gym was so busy today. Like yesterday, a couple people in here. Today, I think they just dropped off like a busload of like fitness influencers or something. It's packed. This is real nice actually. We're gonna go do our hydrotherapy. Our hydrotherapy session was included because we were staying in a reserve room. However, if you are not staying in a reserve room and you did a massage or another treatment, then you would have hydrotherapy included with that treatment. The sauna and the steam room areas are divided by gender because they are in the locker rooms. So if you were there with your significant other, you would meet them when you go outside. And outdoors is where they're going to have some water features along with a hot tub and a cold plunge. And they had a few different relaxation areas out there and a place with drinks and snacks. So they offered things like iced tea, regular water, infused waters, cookies, nuts, fruit, things like that.
How was your sauna and steam room?
Steam room was so magical. It was my favorite. It was like one of the best ones. Oh, it was like really like steamy in there, and I could breathe so good. After hydrotherapy, we went to Cenote for our a la carte breakfast option, which once again is available for reserved guests only. We had a bunch of stuff. We did some Nutella French toast and some eggs, and then we also tried some bruschetta toast, and that was awesome. That was like one of my favorite things.
Yes. You're too skinny. You're too skinny.
And I know people are going to want to see the beach, so here it is. Now, we were here in late June of 2025 when the sargassum and seaweed was at record levels, so it won't always be this bad. However, the Playa del Carmen area is not a place that I would generally send beach lovers. It's not typically this bad. However, it's not the greatest stretch even on its best day. And I do also want to give a reminder that we're going to be doing a fully crowd-funded vlog series in the fall of 2026. So if you would like to donate to that, the link is going to be in the video's description. And how we're doing it is for every $25 that you donate via the Buy a Cup of Coffee link, you'll have the opportunity to vote in where you want to see us go and also join us on that trip if you'd like to. So thank you so much in advance, and we look forward to putting out more content for you.
A little quieter over here.
A little quieter over here. I went like down there to like see what it was like. It all looks like this.
Enjoying your book?
Mm-hmm. I don't know what it's called. When I figure it out, I'll put it on the screen. Up next was a cocktail making class where we made mojitos.
Nice.
I'm familiar. I'm gonna pass.
trying the liquors first, I guess, but I think we're gonna go with the white rum.
Yeah.
And ahora, clap. Ahora,
Very good.
explosion.
This was a great cocktail making class. I've done quite a few at various resorts, and this was one of the best. The gentleman that led us through was very informative and patient, and I thought it was great, a must-do. And it wouldn't be a meal without some baby cats showing up. I'm telling you, if you don't like cats, this is not your place, but we love them, so we were in heaven. We went to Fahrenheit for lunch, and we did some steak nachos and some fried shrimp. And then look at this little doll face. What a little sweetie. And then for our entrees, I did a tuna tostada, and that was so delicious. Those really yummy sweet potato chips and some barbecue wings. After lunch, we swam for a few more hours, and then when we went back to the room, we saw that our concierge had brought us another cake and bottle of champagne. Cynthia was our concierge, and she was incredible. And then we got packed up and went to M Bar, where we had our final pre-dinner drink of this trip. For dinner, we had hibachi, and this is not something we typically do at resorts. I do love hibachi, but I feel like every resort hibachi is very similar, so if there's a lot of restaurants at the resort, hibachi just kind of takes a back seat. However, this was a great experience. Not only was the food good, but the other guests that we were dining with were so nice. We talked the entire time. Actually, we talked so long that they had to kick us out because there was another reservation that needed to sit down. But the meal from start to finish was excellent. All right, we're gonna end this vlog here. Coming up next is going to be a travel day home video. That's going to be for the people that tune in each and every Sunday. And then up next is going to be a review video where we tell you our thoughts, what we liked and disliked about this property. And we'd love to have you subscribe to come back and see future travels. Up next is going to be Sonesta Ocean Point Resort in St. Martin, and we are so excited to be visiting that. We hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did, give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you in another video really soon. Bye.